Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Wayne. Has anyone ever said to you, you know what? Give me all your money. I'm going to take it. I'm going to double it down for you. And then I'm going to give it back to you in digital currency. You can't see it, you can't touch it, and you can't spend it yet. Sound like a good idea? Probably not. In today's video, we're talking about how atheists can benefit from the principles of Alcoholics Anonymous. If you're ready to go, let's get it. As you may know, Alcoholics Anonymous is a program of recovery and sustaining sobriety. It's based upon several principles that guide you through a process in order to get sober and in order to stay sober. Several people have reached out to me in the last couple months and they've said, you know what? It ain't going to work for me. You know why? Because I don't believe in God. I don't believe in a higher power. And I don't see any way that Alcoholics Anonymous can be any benefit to me. Well, my friend, I'm here to tell you, fortunately, you couldn't be farther from the truth. Now, the principles of AA have been laid out. And, you know, Alcoholics Anonymous is not everybody's thing. I got it. And there are other methods out there in order to get sober. I understand that. But there are very few things out there that will keep you sober. However, pause for this effect, there are principles in Alcoholics Anonymous, in the program of Alcoholics Anonymous, that are applicable regardless if you're an atheist, regardless of what your religion is, regardless of what your background is, and they're aimed at giving you skills and giving you ways to form attributes that will keep you sober. Por ejemplo, for example, one of the things that we lack one of the things I lacked in my active alcoholism was the ability to be accountable for what it is I did and didn't do. A lot of you out there can relate to that. And if that's the case, do that daggone thing, man. Put that comment down below, because someone out there right now is saying, you know what, not only am I an atheist, but I'm definitely not able to get sober. And these comments may help them, and it may help them see that you and them, us, we connect through our experiences. So being accountable for what I did and didn't do was a thing that I couldn't formulate. And my alcoholic brain was saying, if I cop to this, that means that I have a problem. Therefore, I need to shirk this off onto somebody else or something else, so that way I don't have to stop drinking the way I drink. That way you can feed me, this brain, the alcohol that I need in order to keep on driving on. So I just pushed, like, if I didn't do something, I pushed that onto somebody else to say, this is why. If something didn't happen the way it was supposed to in a planning process, I simply said, you know what? I did my part. Someone else didn't do their part. Therefore, it didn't happen. Now, you may notice the audio is a little lacking today, folks. That's because I can't find my daggone little itty bitty microphone. Maybe I should go ahead and find the other one that I had. But anyway, I digress. So one of the biggest things, aside from being accountable to oneself in Alcoholics Anonymous, because that is a principle, we have a family, we have a sense of community, and we have a sense of togetherness that through sharing and through our support of each other, we're able to find branches to reach out to when we feel like things are getting a little rough. And, you know, in relapse prevention, that's pretty much what that boils down to, is having a plan. When those thoughts, those demons start to creep back in, having a plan in order of how to deal with it so that you can prevent a relapse before it happens, be able to recognize it. And having that support system through the program of Alcoholics Anonymous, or just in general, wherever you're at, because it's a principle there, it is applicable to an atheist. It is applicable to, someone who doesn't believe in a higher power. It is applicable to anybody who is seeking sobriety or seeking to live in recovery and to stay that way. Because the more support we have and the more community we have, the more strength that we can gather when we need it the most. If that makes sense, like two nickels, shake those together, toss them around, give them to your buddies, because this is what this is about. And this is how the program of Alcoholics Anonymous can help an atheist, is because you don't have to believe in a certain thing in order to get sober. You don't have to believe in a certain thing in order to stay sober. Now, here's something you might think about. And this is the first step in Alcoholics Anonymous. And you may not agree with it, and you may, but listen to what I say and not to what you think it means. I am powerless over alcohol, and my life has become unmanageable. And you can apply that the other way. I am powerless over heroin. My life has become unmanageable. Because if your life is a daggone mess, if your life is a train wreck like mine was, chances are you're already at step one, and that is to be able to admit that you don't have any control over this substance when you start. You don't have any control over the alcohol once it's in your system. It's either all or none as far as like having a drink. Admitting that step is not that hard. Now, people get wrapped around the axle when they hear the God thing and the God factor, because Alcoholics Anonymous is, and now this is my opinion. I mean, some other folks may disagree, and I got it, and they can put those comments right there below too. It is a religious-based program that, built upon a structure, will lead you towards not having to drink today and not having to depend on alcohol as your solution to life's problems. And, for me, that saved my daggone life. And I didn't believe in God either before I got sober. I thought that if there was a God, God was cynical, and that God was, lashing out at me because I didn't do certain things. And that's all the way from my childhood. Now, if you haven't seen any of those tidbits, there's some right there. Now, in conclusion, while the spiritual aspects of AA may not align with the beliefs of others and atheists, there are still many ways that individuals can benefit from the program. As I said, the sense of community, personal growth, a support network, invaluable resources for anyone struggling with alcohol and addiction, to include atheists. I want to thank you very much for watching, and if this video made any sense for you, or it made something click, or something I said resonates, drop that comment below and consider subscribing, because or at least give the video a like, because that lets YouTube know, hey, push this thing out there. But if you subscribe to the channel, what you're getting is you get to be part of this support community, and it is growing, folks. And I appreciate everybody down there in those comments, and I appreciate everyone who has taken the chance to subscribe to this channel, because daggone it, life is a garden. Hopefully I'll go live. If not, I'll see you guys next week.